What town do you live in? Or I know you're what is it? Adrian, Michigan? Okay.
Hello, everyone. This is Ida Leo. Hi, Frank.
What's up? We're going to get started here in a few minutes.
Yeah, ladies are getting warmed up. We have 6 more minutes. We have an exciting match. Walters? Or
Yep.
Waters, sorry.
Walters.
Rachel Walters versus Lonnie Fox Raymond, the voice of the stream.
Rachel's a very strong player. I was saying earlier to the fans that she won the 2023 Super Billiards Expo Women's Division. She's sponsored by Integrity Cues, Dunkel Custom Cues, two very good friends of mine. Kevin Steer, the owner of Integrity Cues, and Steve Dunkel from Dunkel Custom Cues. He's a fantastic guy. Grumpy, what's up, buddy? Also, they have all table streaming here at Borderline Billiards for this event. So if you go to digitalpool.com, click on the tab that says tournaments, and then type in WPBA, you're going to be looking for the Borderline Semi Pro final stage. And then any table that you click on that says live streaming or recording, if you click on the word live streaming or recording, it'll take you to a portal where you can purchase the access, and that'll get you to be able to see any table. Now, I know some people don't like to pay for pool events, but just know that the money collected goes to Borderline Billiards and helps Janet Atwell maintain her room, get you upgrades for the stream. So it's like supporting a small business.
So I'm going to try a new tactic, which is unmuting myself for talking and then muting myself if I'm not talking. What do you think about this?
I feel like your fingers are going to get a workout.
My trigger finger?
Yep.
Thank you, Grumpy. Yes, morning pool, very difficult. I'm not a morning person, and I really struggle. So I was very struggling. You see, I can't even talk English right now.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Exactly. Can we all just get along? My game is much better than that, I'm sure. It was
Oh,
later
I've
in
seen
the
you play
day.
fantastic. It just wasn't your best set. It happens.
I get to redeem myself in second chance later this afternoon, so
Oh, there you go.
I'm looking to tear it up.
I'll tell you when I turned it on, it was like right towards the end of the match. I was doing some stuff around the house, and you back cut the 6 ball brilliantly. It would look great. You just got a little tough on the 7 afterwards.
I'm trying to remember right now.
I think it was the last rack.
I got very straight on the 7, and then I needed to either draw it, but then I would have to super draw it to try to hit the rail and come out for position for the 8, or go forward, or play a safe, or try to do another back cut. So none of the options were easy.
No. This match is one of those tough ones for me to call as a commentator because I'm actually very good friends with both of these players. So I'm
You
going to
could
have to
beat
try.
You could beat Switzerland.
Yeah,
Neutral
I'm going to have to
party.
try to be just neutral in the middle here and
That's right. You
just
just
call the match.
call whatever you see on the table.
Guys, I'm going to step away for 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Welcome everyone to the WPBA Semi-Pro Brunswick Bristol Classic over at Borderline Billiards. This is Ada Leo in the commentary booth, joined by Frank Maioletti, who has stepped away for a few minutes. We'll be getting started shortly. Just wanted to remind you we have our next event over at the Dr. Poole Jacoby Tour Championships, November 12th to the 16th, over at the Central Wisconsin Expo Center in Rothschild, Wisconsin. There will be an amateur event happening alongside. Also a great way for you to come and watch the top ladies play. We have 80 ladies playing in this event, and it's a WPA World Rank. So our feature match today is going to be against Rachel Walters against Lonnie Fox Raymond, the voice of the stream. It's a race to 7. This is a winner side matchup, so the loser of this is not going to be out of the tournament. They'll be playing on the win-loss side. This event is in Bristol, Tennessee at Borderline Billiards. If you've never been here, it's an absolutely beautiful room with Gold Crown 6 tables. Brand new. As of last year, Janet Atwell had renovated this space and opened it up last year in May to host the Borderline Invitational for the WPBA ladies, and then decided to start a semi-pro tour for the 650 and under ladies so they can get a taste of what professional pool is all about. And so we had quite a big field. I think over 90 signed up. So excited to see ladies playing pool and giving that kind of opportunity via regional tour systems versus this semi-pro tour, and having them get that experience. So next year it was announced we're going to be having 4 stops in the semi-pro tour. So lots of opportunities for ladies who are getting their feet wet. They want to try challenging themselves. Please come out and keep your eye on the WPBA website and Facebook. And Janet Atwell, she's the force behind this idea and has done a great job at promoting and getting ladies to come to Bristol, Tennessee. So the ladies are getting started with a lag here. Looks like Rachel has won the lag, so she'll be breaking first. This is an alternate break format. The 9 is on the spot, and it's rack your own, and the bottom 2 corners do not count if you were to make the 9 on the break. And it's a race to 7.
Yeah, these players are very evenly matched up, Ada. Rachel Walters being a 600 player, and Lonnie, I believe, is 590. Lonnie is 599, so they are literally 1 point difference between the two of them.
So I'm expecting Hill Thriller. I'd love to see something like that happen. And it is morning
be a hill,
pool.
or both players have the speed to get out too and really open a match up. So I'm hoping for the hill because I get to call more racks that way.
And you have an event coming up at the end of the month, Frank. The
Yes,
PA,
we do.
was it the
a 3rd annual Pennsylvania State Women's Championship? That's got a $5,000 added purse to it. It's open to any female who wants to play.
at More Ladies Pool? I'm all for it. I'll be there.
Yeah, we have 100 on the list right now.
100?
Yep, and Bluegrass Billiards being as large as it is with 50 9-foot tables, we can accommodate any size bracket. So We're not going to cap it. So, ladies, you want to jump in? More than welcome.
So what you're looking is for that one ball to shoot into the side pocket. Let's see how Rachel does with this break.
All right, out of the gate, Lonnie's going to have a tough shot on the one ball.
I'm thinking she's going to have to push out.
Yeah, push out could work here. She might have a slight right side of the one ball that she can connect with. If she does, she can play it thin, letting the cue ball go up 2 rails and trying to get behind that 6, but it's going to be very, very thin if she has a piece of it. But,
I don't think she has a piece of
yeah,
this.
I was about to agree with you. With her walking around the table, she probably doesn't have as much as we can think that she has here on the bottom.
Yeah, I would probably push out to something.
Top left corner.
Yeah. Maybe push the 3 out of the way and separate it and make it difficult for the 2, 3, but this is
Yeah, if she
good.
pushes the 3 out of the way, it might give her a path for the 1. I like this shot because now Rachel has to go towards the 3 and it becomes a tougher shot with the 3 close to the pocket.
So there's a question about using a break paper, and that's the case for this tournament. They had just recloth all the tables with championship cloth. So in order to kind of cut down on the wear and tear of the break burn, they are using the break paper.
All right, Rachel attempts to save, trying to put the cue ball behind the 7. Leaks out just a little bit. Lonnie has a whole ball of the 1, but I would expect her to play another save here. I think it may be low left, bringing the cue ball down underneath the 9, banking the 2. I'm sorry, banking the 1, leaving a lot of distance between her and Rachel.
Well, she's got this wall of balls that she can work around and gonna leave the cue ball hidden by one of these options. So that's safety is definitely the goal. Oh, she decided to go the other way.
Yeah, me personally, I don't like to leave players wide open hits because that's when the resave happens. I like to try to bury the ball a little bit more. I mean, in a perfect world, obviously, we're always going to try to bury the ball, but it's a good shot by Rachel. Rachel has a 1 pocket background. She plays a lot of 1 pocket and, of course, rotation games. So she's very used to playing I call them like the pinch shot, where she pinches the ball and kind of leaves it safe. But Lonnie has the experience, so I definitely expect this to be a great match between the both of them. A lot of good saves back and forth. Could also see a lot of runouts too, because both players definitely have the skill to run.
And it's later in the day. I would have loved to have played at 12 o'clock.
Are you like a 3 p.m. player?
For sure.
Yeah.
I can't get my life together that early in the morning. And even at work too. Like my coworkers know if it's something that requires a decision or technical, discussion, 12 o'clock is the time when they should approach me.
You would hate my day job. I'm a construction engineer. I'm in work at 5 a.m.
Oh no, definitely not. Yeah. I can maybe get my body up at 5 a.m. Is my brain working? No, not really.
All right, Rachel has ball in hand. She's got a couple options here. She can just play the 1 into the side, play a 2-3 combo. She could also play the 1 onto the left side, letting the cue ball hit the left rail, coming underneath the 2 and playing the long shot of the 2 up into the corner.
She can also play the 2 in the side pocket on the right side. Depends on how the ball lands.
Yeah, she's got about 4 pockets she can get herself to. Remember, this is cue ball fouls only. It's not all ball fouls. A little jerky on that shot from Rachel. It's going to leave Lonnie a clear 2 ball into the corner pocket.
Well, this is new cloth. You can't be hitting it, firing it like that. It just will skid.
Yeah, I expect to see Lonnie to maybe play a stop shot here. 'Cause this way she has herself a good angle on the three where she can play the three, pocket the ball and come one rail out. She might even use the right side rail and punch off of it.
The rails are your friends. So
Yeah.
many people try to hold a shot. No, use the rail. Let it work for you. That's why it's rubbery.
All right. I identified two tough shots here in this rack. One is from getting from the four to the five, and then I think the other one would be getting from the five to the six. So let's see how she's going to set herself up onto the four ball.
6 of the 7 might not be easy either, depending on how she lands.
Patricia, Lonnie's Fargo is 599, and Rachel's Fargo is 600. So they're dead even match. They sort of have contrasting styles too. Lonnie's more of a technical player, where Rachel's more of a feel shooter. Sometimes she'll take a shot that's slightly unorthodox because she feels that she can make that shot.
Oh, so a player after my own heart.
Yeah, Rachel's a shot maker. I've played Rachel many times. We've gone back and forth and sparred a lot. She definitely has a very strong, powerful stroke. Even though she's a smaller framed woman, she can definitely get into the ball well and get it moving.
It's not about strength, it's about technique. Come on now.
Yeah, but sometimes you do need that extra little bit of body mass to get the ball really kind of moving, and she gets
I
herself.
disagree with this. I think it comes down to like, can you accelerate smoothly and, let the stick do the work for you?
Yeah, but acceleration is based on mass. Mass times speed equals acceleration. So she's going to have. She needs a little bit of that oomph behind her to get it. We'll be careful to the side, Lonnie. Good shot by Lonnie. She's going to have the six. What do you think, Ada? Do you like two rails coming out of this six ball or one?
I like 2 rails.
Yeah, maybe like what top rail, left side rail, possibly.
I mean, I've seen Yuki Hiraguchi from Japan, and she's like barely 5 feet tall and like a wispy little girl, and she can break really hard. So it's about technique.
Lonnie with the back cut there. I was surprised on that shot. All right, Rachel's going to have the six in the corner. She's going to try to use a little bit of natural position. Might want to just play a little bit of a right spin. Want to catch some speed coming off of that first top rail. I was actually excited yesterday when I saw that this could be a potential matchup. And then the other one I was excited about too was seeing the Ashleys play each other. Ashley Rice versus Ashley Benoit. Of course, it's always the moniker of you travel to a tournament, you're always going to play your friend. Those two travel together a lot, so they wind up having to play each other. A little inside English there from Rachel.
I probably would have gone outside, but it's all about your comfortable, what's comfortable for you. People don't realize how physically fit I am. I'm from New
I will
York
agree with
City.
that. I've seen you carry that heavy pool case and that heavy pocketbook.
If somebody comes after me in New York City, it could beat them up. So people need to watch out.
Little spider monkey. Ooh, maybe a little further than she wanted. She's still going to have the nine into the corner. All right, Rachel draws first blood. Remember, this is an alternate format rack your own system. So Lonnie will be breaking all the even racks 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Rachel would be breaking all the odd racks 1, 3, 5, 7, 9.
So taking a look around the room, we have some really nice matchups here. Veronique Menard versus Tracy Hardy, Kendra Prestegard versus Rachel Lang, Ashley Rice, Ashley Benoit, and Ashley will win in that situation. Amy Theriot and Nicole Keeney, Caroline Powell, Kim Hausman, Casey Cork and Bethany Sykes, Christy Norris, and Emily Duddy. If you want to watch your favorite player and see the live scores, you can check out the bracket on digitalpool.com and go to the tournaments and type in WPBA or Borderline, and then you'll see this final stage bracket.
And I highly recommend too, if you do go through that route where you go to Digital Pool and you want to utilize the all table streaming, remember you're helping a small business. That purchase that you make goes towards Borderline Billiards and helps Miss Janet acquire new equipment for her room, upgrade her room, whatever. Janet has a gorgeous room that she's put a ton of her style and heart into, and we really need to support people like Janet. She does a lot for pool. All right, one down for Lonnie. One ball towards the top of the table. 3 ball up there with her.
I think she'll play a safe.
All right, Lonnie creating some distance between the 1 and the 3.
And remember to like, share, and follow this the stream. This particular match is dual streamed on the WPBA YouTube channel as well as the Borderline Billiards YouTube channel. And we also are offering another table 15, on the Borderline Billiards YouTube channel. And of course, if you want to see any of the outside tables, go to digitalpool.com, and for a small fee, you can check out the action over on those tables.
Yeah, definitely. If you're watching us on your television, why not watch the other match on your iPad or laptop? We could use the numbers, need the ratings, especially with this match. I mean, this could actually be a final in any women's event around the country. These two play that well. All right, Lonnie's got a little bit of a safety play here. She can just roll the 1 up table and try to lock that cue ball on the 4. But by doing that, she wants to make sure she stays to the right of center of the 4, if that makes sense, because you want to take away that left side kick from the left rail over to the 1. It's going to have to be a very thin shot because she just wants to be able to make that 1 ball just miss the 4, rolling the cue ball up towards it. Let's see how she plays this shot. She might be swinging the cue around. Yeah, a little bit of a containing shot there. I mean, Rachel can cut the 1 towards the corner, but 7's in the way. She could get lucky with it, but I think Rachel might play a safe shot here. Just kind of hold the cue behind the 4, almost like a stop shot.
Yeah, I think maybe Z shape, Z save, Z bank.
Yeah, great execution there by Rachel. Holds the cue ball behind the 4. It's going to make Lonnie have to come off that right side rail. She could also come from behind the 1 now, where the 1 landed, using almost like a kick and sticks style option.
I think kick and stick is best She's getting the jump cue though.
She's getting the airborne. I like it. Trying to get on that highlight reel. Keep an eye on the 7 ball then if she's going to be jumping into the 1. What does what's Lonnie's jumper, do you know?
I don't know. I do know her playing cue is a C Dago custom cue.
Fox got into it pretty good. 1 ball just hit the 1, or I'm sorry, hit the 9 and stayed at the bottom of the table. So Rachel's going to have a good opportunity to run some balls here. I do know Rachel plays with a full arsenal of Dunkel custom cues, break cue, jump cue, and playing cue. If you have never heard of Mr. Steve Dunkel, you should definitely check out Dunkel Custom Cues. Steve's a great man from New Jersey area. Does a lot for women in pool and does a lot for pool in general.
She's a little straight, but the 4 is in a good spot, so she doesn't have to do too much. Yeah, I'm familiar with Dunkel cues. I'm from Jersey. Well, I mean, New York, New Jersey. We're very close to each other. We're neighbors.
Yeah.
So I've met Dunkel. Very nice guy.
Yeah, you could see Rachel possibly going forward a little bit to play the 4 in the side pocket. The shot here is going to be getting position from the 5 to the 6 because if she leaves the cue on the right side rail, she's going to have an angle on the 5, which means she's going to have to play that speed to get from the 5 to the 6. Yeah, Rachel trying to do that force foul to get down towards the 5.
I thought that was, I don't know. The side pockets are really tough, so that's a big risk, I thought.
Yeah, the lead didn't hurt her too much. I mean, having that 4 on the top pocket, Lonnie's going to have to travel that cue ball. So she's really going to have to dig into it. Plus, she's over top of the rail, so...
Well, she can also accept the longer shot and float it in.
All right, Lonnie goes for the containing style safe. 9 ball's going to get in the way. Maybe not as much as she'd like it. There is a carom shot here for Rachel from the 4 to the 6, but she's going to need the 4 ball to do its job and come off the top rail, come back down. I could see her just playing distance here and leaving the cue on the bottom rail.
I don't agree that the side pockets are bigger. This particular table's on the tighter side, and it's a little humid in here, so you have to hit it correct. If you put any spin and you don't aim it right, it'll hang in the pocket.
Right,
And also, the side pockets are a little pointy, in my opinion. But, you know, everyone has different preferences, and it's all about getting used to the equipment.
you gotta take one of them balls and bang it into the side pocket, get it to round out a little bit.
Is that what you would do? Brute force, bang it into the side pocket.
You get a lot of trouble for that. A lot of pool halls hate that when you see it when they take the some people take the cue ball and they kind of hit it into the point. A lot of owners can't stand that. Damages the equipment. Ooh,
Oh no.
Yeah, she doesn't want to get behind that 5.
Lonnie's still trying to get settled in. You know, this is only second rack here.
Yeah, she came off the commentary booth last round, so she didn't have a ton of time to get herself acclimated.
They should pay you so that you could come here and then do all the commentary for us so that we could just focus on playing. What do you think about that?
Sold. I love commentating the ladies' matches. I love their style of play, the technique. There's not a ton of flash, but there's a lot of back and forth, safe, and some ladies I've would say play maybe a little excessive safe, but I always like the cerebral portion of the women versus the men. The men try to just smash a ball and run out, where the ladies are really more of a technique, thought process.
So you're saying that guys are like Hulk smash?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, sometimes it's just like commentating like a Federer match. I do a lot of commentary for Federer, and it's just more of like just it's not even a prediction. You can see that after the break, the shots that he has, he's just going to run out. But the ladies, a lot of times, come up with some great saves, some good lockup safety, especially the amateur play, like this like semi pro style play here. I like seeing a lot of these ladies go back and forth with their match. All right, Rachel 2 rails out for the 8. Yeah, Art Langston, but you can't compare Cheska Santino to a semi pro style tournament. I mean, she's almost an 800 Fargo. Oh, Rachel misses the 8 ball. I think she was trying to hold herself for the 9. Maybe cost herself that shot there. Lonnie's in a good position here to be able to maneuver the cue ball closer than the 9 also.
Yeah, that's something in 9 balls. Like, don't try to hold the ball. Go another rail if you need to.
Yeah, I agree. I always like using that extra rail for some positioning. That allows me to let the stroke out a little bit more versus really trying to dial in that exact pressure that I need.
Something I realize about these tables is if any kind of deceleration that happens, you don't time that acceleration properly, the table's gonna punish you.
Yeah. All right, Lonnie trying to get on the board here and tie it up 1-1. All right, we got 1-1 on the action. Ada, who's the sponsors of this event?
I will thank the sponsors, so I'll play a video. Be right back.
All right, back to the action here. Rack number 3, Rachel Walters breaking, score tied 1-1. We got 150 watching here on the WPBA channel. Guys, do me a favor, real quick. Just hit this on your socials. Just copy the link over and just put the hashtag WPBA Semi Pro. Just try to get some more people watching here on a Saturday. We don't need to watch college football. We already know how that's going to happen. Nothing matters in college football till like January anyway. So let's watch these ladies play some good pool today.
Do you know where Rachel is from and what her home pool room is?
Absolutely. Rachel's from Norristown, Pennsylvania. She works at High Street Billiards. She plays out of there. She also plays out of Markley Billiards in Norristown, and of course, she comes through Bluegrass in Philadelphia a lot. Rachel plays a lot of local events in PA, but she also does travel. I think she won the Queen and her court event last year down in Virginia. I think she defeated. Don't get me wrong. Maybe it was last year or the year before. She defeated the Liz Taylor for that event. Liz is a very strong player in that region.
I have seen Rachel at several JP New events.
Yeah, she comes to JP Noon events a lot also. Yeah, she definitely gets herself in the sauce. Good contact from Rachel. One ball's going to come about 8 inches off the rail, cue ball to the left side. Lonnie does have a slight built-in safety here. She can cross over the one, hitting the one pretty much in the center full, letting the cue ball float over, trying to get behind the 5 or even run into the 7. She's going to use the 9 for cover instead.
So there's a comment about Lonnie holding the cue too far forward. She's actually not very tall. I think she's shorter than I am, or we're the same height. So it comes down to your anatomy. So you don't want to be holding too far back if you're like a short person, because it makes your arm not 90 degrees.
Yeah, I actually learned that from Jeremy Jones. He had showed me that I was holding the cue back too far. I was basically creating a huge wingspan versus letting my arm, like you're saying, with that nice 90-degree angle. And he worked on my stroke a little bit for me and helped. Nice kick by Rachel in the side pocket. Definitely helped me angle out my shots a little bit better. Balance, but John, I think you're mistaken on that one, John. Balance isn't always about holding the cue. Balance, it's about balancing your body. The cue is just an instrument of what you're using. So you can have your body balanced and the cue be holding the cue back or forward. It's more about how you're balanced as a shooter.
Well, there's also such a thing as cue balance. There are some cues that are forward balance, and some are not.
Yeah, there's a couple cues out there that have that forward weight to them. I think Lonnie might be going airborne. Looks like she's playing with a red BK. I'm sorry, a red air rush. Could be wrong. I think she's going to, excuse me, shorten up that jump cue. Remember, angle in, angle out on jump shots. Just a little bit too far to the right. It's going to be ball in hand for Rachel. I want to see Rachel maybe stun this ball down the table, playing the 2 into the corner, stunning the cue ball down table to maybe contacting right around the 3rd diamond from the top. She wants to get into that window between the 8 and the 5. And just she's going to go the opposite way. She's going to cut the ball in, spin out 2 rails. She's got to be careful she doesn't overshoot the ball. That will wind up behind the 5 ball. She got a little bit of a love roll there from the 9. So she now has the 3 into the corner with a good angle out, playing the 3 in. Cue ball come off the bottom rail, come up table.
So there's some discussion about old school pool players, but also those players play with a sidearm and they played with a high stance. So the pool stances, pool equipment, they always evolve.
I would really love to see how Willie Mosconi would play with a carbon fiber shaft. Like, I mean, obviously we don't know, but I would just, if I ever had my like a dream scenario, would be what could Willie do with today's technology?
He might run 200.
He might run 1,000. Good spin by Rachel. She's going to get herself below the 5 ball, which is going to be a natural angle to let the cue go forward for the 6 in the same pocket. All right, 6 goes into that bottom right. She's got a couple different position plays that she can play here on this 8 ball. She can just float the 6 in, roll the cue down lightly, playing the 7 in the corner, 8 up to the top, where she can play a positional play, where she can get the cue ball over towards where the Outsville rack is and play the 8 to the bottom right.
They could do like 8 to the side pocket. Depends on how she leads it.
Yeah, definitely right on that one. This angle now, she's probably going to want to run into one of those 2 balls, play a little bit of a movement. It'd be tough to hold this cue with the angle she has on the 7. So look for her to maybe put just about a hair of right hand English, trying to run into that 9 if she can. All right, she gets into the 9. It's going to leave herself a distance shot on the 8, but she doesn't have to do too much with the cue ball here. Just more focus on pocketing the 8 ball.
This is a tester. How straight is her cueing?
I'd say pretty straight with that shot there.
What a shot.
All right, exactly. Now she's going to leave herself for the 9. Now here's where she's got to bear down. You make the a little bit of the tough shot. Now you don't want to let up. And she doesn't. She fires that 9 into the top left, taking a 2-1 lead here in rack number 3.
Yeah, it sounded very middle of the pocket, like boom.
I always like that sound when you ring them into the middle of the pocket. I always think that the table just makes a different sound. It's
Taking a look around the room and seeing what's going on. We have Veronique Menard tied 1-1 with Tracy Hardy. Rachel Land is up 3-1 against Kendra Prestegard. Ashley Rice, close match there, 3-2 over Ashley Benoit. Amy Theriot and Nicole Keeney is still tied 0-0. Caroline Powell 3-1 over Kim Houseman. And we have 2-2 Casey Cork versus Bethany Sykes. And Christy Norris 4-0 over Emily Duddy.
all right, rack number 4. Lonnie Braken. She's trailing by 1 rack. Oh yeah, I know Ellinger's pool hall. That was around 13th Street. What's up there, Mac Attack?
Zdravo Kakusi. That's how you say hello, how are you?
Oh, cue ball gets just below that one ball, though. Keep an eye on that 9. Lonnie could come from behind it, playing the back kick into the 1, possibly pocketing the 9 at the top left.
That's some fanciness.
Yeah, she wants to drive that 9 to the left, so she doesn't want to hit that 1 full. She wants to maybe just clear the 9 with about an eighth tip of left-hand English, letting the cue ball come off the rail, connecting into the 1. And let's see what she has here.
So there's a question about when we changed to 9 on the spot. That was in May over at the Rax WPBA event because there was a move to make sure that we standardize the breaking rules since most of our events, not all of them, have been WPA sanctioned. So to make it consistent, they decided to follow WPA standard breaking rules, which includes 9 on the spot. But they decided not to do the 3-point rule on top of that. So 9 on the spot sufficient. Just hit it as hard as you can, and then just take it from there.
That's a very nice spin safe there from Rachel. Lonnie's going to have to make a hit on this 1 ball because if not, that 1-9 is staring right at Rachel. Three ball is going to be in the way. It's going to be a very tough safety for her. I'm sorry, very tough hit on the safety for her. Excuse me.
Yeah, and then Rachel gets ball in hand. She could do a 1-9 combo. So I don't know if there's a way to, like, if Lonnie can't hit this, tie up the 9, send it away, send the 1 away from the area.
I'll be honest with you. If she doesn't feel like she can hit this one, just smash that 6 into the 4 and just try to move them. All right, ball in hand for Rachel. I expect her to fire at this 1-9. All right, Rachel misses the 1-9. I was going to say prior to the shot, I do notice a lot of the, I guess you would say amateur players, pro am type players, sometimes focus on where's my object ball going to go if I miss versus just really lining up the shot to make it. Whereas on like a pro level with the higher echelon players, they're just more focused on how am I going to play this into the pocket. They're not really focused on the miss. All right, Rachel has potential safety here. She can play off the right side of the 1.
Or
Bank.
our bank's on. She could bank this.
Could possibly bank it. Yeah.
Nope, she went safety. She's like, I'm not giving up my lead.
Now it does do a built-in safety here for Lonnie. Lonnie can back cut this 1 into the rail, letting the cue ball come. Top rail, left rail, right rail, trying to get underneath that 9 ball. She had the right angle, just not enough speed on it. Yeah, that's tough, Lily. 9 on the spot, break box, and 3-point. Jeez. You're asking
I
a whole
think
lot there.
if you get the technique right down, it shouldn't be too bad. It's just knowing and practicing for it.
All right.
Also, every tournament is new cloth, so makes it much easier to break.
All right. So Rachel and Lonnie are going to be trading some safety play back and forth here, trying to see who gets to make the big mistake first. I like Lonnie using. I'd like to see her use the 4 and the 3 to block to hide the cue ball behind. I think she's going to try to hide the 1 behind the 4 and the 3. All right, Rachel has a little clip at the 1 now. Look for her to just thin this ball into the rail, letting the cue ball come right side rail back over the left side rail. All right, we may have seen our first mistake here in the safety battle. Lonnie does have an opportunity to play this 1 into the top right. Focus on just making the shot, a little bit of high English. She should be able to come off top rail with a good speed, come down off the bottom rail, come back up for the 2 on the side. All right, she did not pocket the ball. That'll give Rachel a very good opportunity now. Closer to the 1, 1 in the corner, 2 waiting. Just overshoots the 2 a little bit. I don't have a side angle view here, I don't believe, so I can't tell if that 2 ball can be back cut. Oh, we do have side angle. Great. What do you
Your
think,
wish
Ada?
is
Can she
my command.
Thank you. Can she cut it into the side, do you think?
That's very steep. But then this
Yeah.
3 is kind of tied up, so.
Now, Rachel does play a lot of one pocket. She has a one pocket background, so she does know the shot here of banking the 2 into what right now would be our bottom right corner.
Yeah, I tried that shot earlier and it was like, nope. These side pockets are very difficult. So good for her for being gutsy, but I don't know if that was the right decision.
Well, table's really only giving Lonnie the 2 into the side. The thin cut's going to let the cue go towards the 4, so she might put an outside cut on this, trying to avoid the 4.
Well, she could run into it and clear it for the 3. We'll see. Because I don't know if this 3 goes past this 8 ball.
No, it doesn't. I would expect her to play the combination here, 3 into the 8. And I'd like for her to play this with some pace too, the 3 into the 8, because the 3 will essentially hit off the rail going towards the left side of the table. So if she holds the cue ball well and plays the combination with some pace, then she can have the 3 ball into the left side pocket. So it's funny you say that, Patricia. So her mother's name is Barb Walters, but she's not the Barb Walters, if that makes sense. Rachel going right for the safe. Great save too, putting the cue ball on the bottom rail behind the 9, forcing Lonnie to have to kick. All right, Lonnie's going to have to use her counting system here on the rail. So she's bottom rail, 1 diamond out. So we'll take that out of the equation. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So she's going to have to hit around 35, which will be right about halfway before the 3rd diamond and the middle pocket.
I think my brain just melted from all that math.
All right, 3 to the 4 here for Rachel is going to be not very tricky, but just she wants to leave herself a good shot after the 3. running into the 4-8. Or she can just play the 3 into the pocket, just leaving the cue ball pretty much where it's at and just playing the long 4. Mm.
There goes the side pocket. Rejecting the shot. That's like the second time she tried to go for a side pocket, and I don't know.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a steep angle. That's why I was saying I wasn't sure if I wanted to see her run into those balls or just play the 3 in and just play the long shot on the 4.
I think the long shot was the better call because it was way too much going on there.
All right, Lonnie has a little bit more of the side pocket to shoot at now. Fires it in. 5 and the 6 are waiting for her.
Do you think I'm being the pocket police? I mean, there is no pronunciation police in this event for me.
Yeah, these are pretty easy names for you.
Lonnie looks determined. She wants to tie this score up.
Yeah, pretty elementary here. Depending on how you feel, you can play the 7 into the corner and just play the 8 to the top right. If you feel like you like your stroke a little bit better, you play the 7 into the corner, rolling the cue off the right side rail to get to the 8 in the side pocket, which looks like lots of Lonnie's want to do. All right, she's on the rail a little bit, but she should be okay. Playing the 8 into the side pocket, letting the cue ball come off the right side rail, coming out towards center table.
Yeah, center table is where you want to be, where you have the most options.
All right, she's pretty clear here. Just has to make the long shot on the 9. All right, and the Fox pockets the 9. I believe that's going to
2-2. So just wanted to mention our next event, the Dr. Poole Jacoby Tour Championships, November 12th to the 16th, over at the Central Wisconsin Expo Center in Rothschild, Wisconsin. 80-player field, WPA ranked. You'll see a lot of your favorite players in this event. And then there's an amateur event happening alongside. WPBA also has announced 2026 stops on the website, including the season opener at Iron City Billiards in January in Birmingham, Alabama. We also have Classic Billiards in Florida in February, going back to Racks in my home area in West Hempstead, Long Island, New York in March, and then April we're doing the U.S. Open Women's event over at Island Casino in the Upper Peninsula, Michigan. Of course, we will be coming back to Soaring Eagle in June or July. I forgot right now. I have to look. And then we have Borderline Billiards where we are at right now in October, and then season finale Jacoby Tour Championships. We're also doing a special event in New Hampshire for Biker Week, and there might be a few more stops to be announced later on, but so excited to see. We already have locked in some dates. So if you want to come see the ladies in person, really good opportunity to do that at one of our live events.
Yeah, make sure you get yourself out to the Florida event. I definitely know I'm going to be at that one, and of course the Racks event. So come hang out with me and watch some of these ladies play some great pool. I'll even buy the first round.
How generous of you.
You can't take it with you. You got to spend it somehow, right? So Lonnie is going to give the shot back to Rachel. I was just about to say I don't think she should give this shot back to Rachel. Rachel having a little bit of a one pocket background, I could see her crossing over this two ball. Oh, and Lonnie got away with it because that ball doubled into the corner there. Potentially, she could have, if that ball didn't double, that cue ball was coming back up towards the three, going to be blocked.
So there's a question about Classic Billiards happening in February of next year. Is going to be at Lauderhill, Florida, which is near Fort Lauderdale. It's a suburb. So fly into Miami or Fort Lauderdale, and then it's really close by.
I would suggest, I was just down there last week. I would suggest flying into Fort Lauderdale and then taking the ride over. It's a beautiful room, and the owners, Dave and Leah Bartosiak, are just the coolest people to hang out with. They're going to they're redoing a section of their room. They're going to have a brand new arena by the time we're there in February. It's going to be state of the art streaming. I think we're going to have 10 different angles of cameras, full commentary booth. It's definitely going to be the nuts. You got to get down there.
Wow. And are you going to be commentating?
I will. I'm always at the WPBA's disposal, so if they want me to commentate, of course, I'll be there commentating. But I'm going to be there either way, just hanging out and seeing all my friends. And hopefully, if things go my way, there will be some more things for me to do.
That's exciting news. Then we can focus on playing.
Absolutely, yeah. See, we got Michelle Griffin there over in the Borderline Billiards chat room. All right, Rachel's got a good opportunity to get out of this rack, playing a 4 into the right corner, letting the cue ball come off, playing the 5 into the bottom left.
So for those of you joining us, we are at the WPBA Semi-Pro Brunswick Bristol Classic over at Borderline Billiards in Bristol, Tennessee. Janet Atwell's homeroom here. Beautiful room, full of gold crown sixes, although next year it was announced that they're going to replace all the tables with gold crown sevens. That's like that white table that you see in the banner in the top left corner of your screen here. That's the gold crown seven. So this is definitely a premier room. If you love pool and want to check out a true pool player's paradise, this is one of the rooms. Come visit.
I had an opportunity to play on those Gold Crown sevens at the Expo this year, and they unfortunately told me no, but I offered them a very, very good penny to take that table with me, and they would not let me leave with it.
Why not?
At the time, it was the only one that they had. It was their prototype. I think I was offering 30,000 for the table. They told me no.
My goodness. I mean, the gold crown sixes on the website are 15,000. So went double for that table. That's
Yeah, it was a
betting
clout thing.
man.
I wanted to say I was the first one in the country with it.
Lonnie has an opportunity to take the lead in this rack.
Yeah, she's got a good shot for the 6 from the side.
Yeah, so I noticed that I've hung several balls in this table, and it's like a deeper shelf than a normal Brunswick. It's almost playing like a diamond. So you think that she's just gonna stop shot, stun it over a little bit, or just
I
what would you do?
You know, it's a feel shot. Like depending on the shot. Like she's got a slight angle on the 6, so if she is going to play it to where she wants to try to hold it, the cue ball is going to probably drift about an inch or two. But I can see her holding the shot.
So steeper angle than she was expecting, and she's on the rail now. So she's just gonna have to accept the harder shot, and perhaps she can run into the 9 and get closer to the corner pocket, the right corner, bottom right corner.
Yeah, I see her running into this ball here. She wants to go into it full though, so she wants to angle, kind of cheat the pocket a little bit. You want to angle your cue ball full into the 9, just like that. That's a beautiful shot. So I think, in my opinion, Lonnie's going to steal one here. Rachel had the 4 in the corner pocket and failed to pocket it and get Lonnie back to the table.
Lonnie Fox Raymond taking the lead. Let's take a look around the room. We have Tracy Hardy 4-2 over Veronique Menard. Rachel Lang 4-2 over Kendra Prestegard. 4-4 Ashley Benoit and Ashley Rice. Very close there. And then we have Caroline Powell 4-2 over Kim Hausman. Casey Cork and Bethany Sykes 3-3, and Christy Norris 4-2 over Emily Duddy. There are more matches happening around the room. Go to digitalpool.com, type in WPBA or Borderline in Tournaments tab, and then you can go check out the final bracket for this event, and then live scores. So my little screen here can only show you a portion of what's going on around the room.
If anybody wants to make a bet on table 17, I'll take Ashley to win that one.
But it's two Ashleys. Which Ashley?
That's why I said I'll take Ashley.
Oh, I see. Ba-dum-bum.
All right, rack number 6. Lonnie in the lead 3-2. Keep it on that wing ball on the 1. Wing ball down 1 does not go down. Goes up towards the top. So she was a little high on that break. You see the 1 coming past the side pocket. So that means that she was a little too far to what would be her left on that shot. So the adjustment there would be just a little bit more to the right. And that would actually angle that 1 a little bit more into the pocket. It's easy to say sitting from the commentary booth. Obviously, we're not down on the table shooting, but I have actually done a lot of extensive homework on the break, talking with a lot of pro players, and that's the adjustments that they tell me that they make. If it goes high, they adjust a little bit to the right. If it goes low, they adjust a little bit to the left.
So you would say in this adjustment, she needed to go right or left?
So for this particular adjustment, because the ball went high, she wanted to go a little bit to her. She was a little bit too far to the left, so she wanted to adjust a little bit to the right. So if you're left side of the table, your adjustments are, if you're high, your adjustments to the right. If you're on the right side of the table, then it's the opposite adjustment.
Oh, I see. Or you can just watch Ko Ping Chung beat up on Aloysius Yap on Matchroom, which was super incredible. Like, I think the score was like 14-0 or 13-0, and every break was perfect.
Actually, if you go back and watch that match, I'm sitting directly behind Coping on that match. Like every time they pan to him, I'm sitting directly behind him in the crowd. It was amazing to watch live.
Were you taking notes then?
Absolutely, yeah.
He's another one. He looks like he weighs nothing. I could throw him, but he breaks them pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's just every one of the Co brothers they're just animals, man. They just play the ball so well. All right, Lonnie jacking up here. I don't think she needs to. I think she can just roll this ball in.
I think she's concerned about getting behind the 6.
Yeah, the pocket speed here, she shouldn't have to be concerned about that. Yeah, see, the cue ball's going to go down table. Perfect shot for her. Just playing the angles of those rails. She can play the 2 into the top right. Even so, bringing the cue ball center of the table, and she's got a good run here.
Well, the four ball is in the top left here, so she gotta make sure she gets to the right side. So she's looking right now, pointing her stick at where she wants to be.
Yeah, center of the table. I mean, you know this as well as I do. Center of the table is always the best place to be. That's five ball becomes huge now because of that seven sitting in the pocket for her. Great pullback.
You think she's gonna go for this 5-7 combo in the bottom right corner, or she's gonna throw the cue ball around and aim to try to make the five in one of the top two corner pockets or side pockets?
I personally wouldn't try to get position for the five in the top pockets. It's just I don't like to let my cue ball run around the table a lot. She's got a couple options where she can play a 5-9, and then there's also the carom going into the seven, which is sort of what she looks like right here. So she can play the 5-9 combination. If she doesn't make it, kind of angle the cue to run into the seven. She could also back cut the five now towards the seven. Cue ball's going to get a little wild on her if she takes that shot. But
But is this combination tasty enough for her to attempt it?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's comes down to that like you and I were talking earlier. Comes down to that feel. Do you feel it's the right shot for you? There's also the safe option where she can bank the five back up table, freezing the cue down to the bottom rail. But she looks like she's going to go for the back cut option here.
She did have that seven as an insurance, so that was a very nice shot because she solved that problem. She's got to think about how to get from the six to the eight, though.
Six to the eight. Yeah, I mean, if she can get herself back out to essentially, if she can play this five in the side pocket and kind of leave the cue right where the five is, it becomes more of a natural angle, letting the cue come up to the top rail and back down. Um, which looks like what she's about to do. She's looking to hold the cue. I don't want to see her straight or parallel with the six. That'd be a much tougher shot to make and get position. She's going for the safe though. Mm,
I think
yeah,
she wanted to stick it on the rail.
yeah. She wanted that six. She wanted the five up on the rail, trying to get that nine cue underneath the nine.
But now she's caused a problem with the 8-9. So I don't know. There's some dissecting, some thinking to do here.
Yeah, and this isn't an easy shot for Rachel. I mean, Rachel can pocket the five, but making sure she maintains a good position to get if she's trying to run out here, trying to maintain a good position to play the six and get position on the eight could be tough. You might see Rachel play a return safety here. I like Lonnie playing the safety here again, thinning this five ball. Left side rail, right side rail, trying to put that cue underneath that 8-9, really kind of locking her up.
It leaked out. Rachel has a
Yeah.
shot here, but she's had difficulty with this middle pocket on the right side. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I think both players are looking to avoid this 8-9 down here unless they have like a clear break positional play to open it up a little bit.
That's an interesting shot.
I think she could thin this, get the 5 behind the 9, and send the cue ball away.
Getting the 5 behind a 9?
That's right. Yeah.
Like a back cut?
Yes, back cut.
Yeah, I like that option. The speed control has to be on point, though. But I definitely do like the option. I think she got it. Ooh, leaked out. Ada, can I see the side angle there? Does Rachel have enough to make the 5 in the corner? Oh yeah, she got the whole ball. You got a nice side view of the Borderline Billiards there. Look at all that beautiful hardwood. Rachel got a good rub off that right side pocket. Gets her down for the 8. A slight bottom angle too. So when she plays the 8 in the corner, natural position would be for the cue ball to go to the right. All right, we're about to have 3-3 here in a second. All right, it looks like we're going to be taking a player break here any second. 3-3 on the score.
So I'll play some videos and we'll be right back.
Digital Pool is the ultimate app for billiards enthusiasts, tournament directors, and league operators. Digital Pool enables world-class billiards events by using innovative technology to enhance and streamline the experience at every angle. Experience features like live scoring, text notifications, table assignments, real-time match updates, automatic reporting the Fargo rating, player stats and profiles, live streaming overlays, online player registration, and digital payment tracking. Enjoy all this and more by signing up for your free account at digitalpool.com.
Players are still on a break. So just wanted to mention our next event, Dr. Pool Promotions presenting Dr. Pool Jacoby Tour Championships next month in Rothschild, Wisconsin at the Central Wisconsin Expo Center. 80 players will be there, including some of your favorites. And please, if you'd like to come support us live, it's not as cold as it is normally because we usually have it in December. And there's going to be an amateur event going on alongside, and great opportunity to meet some of the players, I personally like to talk to the fans and help promote pool. So definitely a good opportunity. And, go to our website, WPBA.com, click on events to see a preview of the 2026 schedule. Not all the events are listed, but we do have a good amount there. So if you like to come plan to check us out in person, please do so. Just to take a look around the room, we have Tracy Hardy 6-2 over Veronique Bernard, 4-4 Kendra Prestegard versus Rachel Lang, Ashley Benoit, Ashley Rice 5-5. Competitive. No one's giving any leeway match over there. And then we have Caroline Pound on the hill, 6-3 over Kim Houseman. Our feature match, Rachel Walters versus Lonnie Fox Raymond, tied 3-3. We have Casey Cork 4-4 against Bethany Sykes, and Kirsty Norris 5-3 over Emily Duddy. We also have beyond the screen. I can check out digitalpool.com and live scores. If you were to go to the tournaments and type in WPBA or Borderline, you can see this bracket final stage event. Jay Suku is up 4-2 against Kim Hernandez Pierce. Kathy Friend 5-3 against Susan Mello. Lisa Cassette and Karen Lincoln tied 3-3. Tracy Cantrell 5-1 over Natalie Chabat. And Sarah Miller 5-5 with Vernita Ritchie. So lots of good matches.
I'm going to go back later on and watch that Kinder Prestegard Rachel Lang match. I know both of those ladies very well, and they're both evenly matched up. 600 players, play very strong.
So you see in your upper right corner, that we have our timekeeper, Michael Ishibashi, coming on site to time this match. So they usually give you a timeline. I think it's 1 hour. You need to be halfway through. Otherwise, they'll send someone over to put the time clock on you. It's 40 seconds per shot. After breaking, you have 60 seconds to think about the table layout. But then once you get started, it's 40 seconds, and then you're allowed 1 extension per rack. If it's hill, you're allowed 2 extensions.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough action with the time clock because neither one of these ladies is playing. They're not slow playing. They're just a good back and forth safety battle. So sometimes you get the shot clock when realistically it's just because of 1 or 2 racks. But I also understand as a tournament director myself, we got to keep the events moving, keep the time frames going. So, and of course, if you want to be getting yourself into that pro level, you have to understand that a shot clock is going to be in a pro level matches. So it's good action also to learn the shot clock and get yourself into a rhythm. Ada, do you have a an internal clock when you play? Do you kind of know when you're at 20 seconds, 30 seconds, etc.?
Are you talking about if the timekeeper's present or just regular?
So I know a lot of the players that are on the men's pro scene, they have an internal shot clock when they have their pre-shot routine and they get down into a shot. They're almost within 2 or 3 seconds of if you counted or looked at if I held a timer in my hand, they could get down into their pre-shot routine and tell me I got 15 seconds left, and they'd be within 1 or 2 seconds of that time frame.
I don't think I'm that precise, but I do know when they have me on a time, when they have my match with a timekeeper, I'm with pretty much 20 seconds, I'm down and shooting.
That's good. That's good pace.
I think normally maybe I'm playing too slow, and that also affects me. I'm from New York. I like to play quick, make a decision, commit to it, and just get it done.
I'll tell you because of so I'm a ultimate pool operator, so they have a 30-second shot clock, and a lot of players they'll shy away. They'll be like, "Oh man, 30 seconds." I'm like, be honest with you, 30 seconds is an eternity in pool. if you have a good pre-shot routine, you can get down in 30 seconds and fire a ball, no problem. And once they start doing it, they realize, you know what, you're actually right. Like 30 seconds is a pretty good amount of time to think about the shot, look at the shot, and execute.
But you also have to understand, like, how long does it take you to execute your pre-shot routine? So once you understand what that is, for me, I think my pre-shot routine is within 10 seconds. So 10 to 15 seconds. So the rest of the time is just, if I'm in my chair, I'm thinking about when I get to the table, what am I going to do? So then when I get to the table, it's just checking the angles and then getting right to the point of what I want to do, which I have already formulated in the chair, and then doing my pre-shot routine.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. I know I've watched you play many times. I know that you watch the match and study the match as it goes on. Some players sometimes don't pay attention to the table, and they're not kind of foreseeing the next shot and the next leave of their opponent. And then for them, once the opponent misses, then they walk up to the table and assess versus assessing during the rack.
Yeah, so you're already like eating up a lot of time by not pre-planning in your chair. So you want to make sure that you keep your rhythm and pace and respect the time clock. So you got to make sure you maximize your time as much as you can.
Yeah, agreed.
I actually learned that from Christina Takat. She was like, you need to allocate whatever long it takes for you to do your pre-shot routine and then work around it.
I think we just had to finish order. I believe Lisa Cosette just won her match 7-3. Caroline Powell has defeated Kim Hausman 7-3. And Janet Atwell has won her match 6-1. She's into the next round. Kathy Friend has defeated Susan Mellos with a score of 6-3. She's into the next round also. A good friend Giovanna Napolitano won her match 6-3. She's in the next round too.
So for those of you joining us right now, this is Ada Leo in the booth with Frank Maioletti. If you want to continue to promote free pool for the ladies, please like, share, and follow the stream.
And also, if you're inclined to do so, you can go to the bracket on Digital Pool, digitalpool.com, go to tournaments, type in WPBA. And then, of course, when you bring the bracket up, you'll see the word live streaming or recording above the matches. You can click on that, which will take you to the pay-per-view section. If you'd like to make a donation and purchase the pay-per-view, it would be greatly appreciated.
Well, unfortunately, Lonnie had this, she decelerated a little bit and caught one of the points there and it hung the ball. Check out that fancy shot off the rail, spinning it.
Yeah, it's a good back shot by Rachel.
Ooh, 50-yard line. Personal preference. Do you want to go bottom right corner or bottom left corner? Looks like she's going for bottom right corner.
Yeah, she's more angled towards the left, so she'll play it to the right side pocket. Cue ball should land about 4 inches before the bottom pocket.
Rachel Waters taking the lead 4-3 in this matchup. What else is going on around the room? Tracy Hardy on the hill against Veronique Menard, 6-3, 4-4. Kendra Prestegard versus Rachel Lang. Ashley Benoit has taken the lead now, 6-5 over Ashley Rice. Crazy Cork, Bethany Sykes tied up 4-4. Christy Norris on the hill, 6-3 over Emily Duddy. And Jay Suko, 4-3 over Kim Hernandez Pierce. Two more matches I couldn't see beyond the screen is Lisa Cassette 4-3 over Karen Lincoln, and then Tracy Cantrell 5-3 over Natalie Shabat. Hello, everyone in the chat. Good to see you and see you supporting women's pool. I appreciate you.
There, keep an eye on the bottom ball there. 3 ball misses the corner. 1 ball misses the side.
Looks like Lonnie needs to make that adjustment to the right. Here's another rack where the 1 ball is up in the short rail.
All right, Rachel looking at the 1 here. She's going to probably play the inside portion of the 1, trying to leave the cue behind the 8. Now she plays the opposite side angle. I'm going to try to put down behind a 5. Doesn't get there.
Now Lonnie has an option to combo this or play it safe. Depends on if she can get it past this 5.
Yeah, there's a real aggressive shot here, too, where Lonnie can play the 1 into the rail and then off the 2 into the corner. It seems like a very tough shot, but if she angles it properly, but it's a very aggressive shot if she goes for it.
I like this shot. It's a 1 pocket shot. Safety. I call it the 1 pocket safety.
All right, back and forth safes. Both players seeing who's going to make the mistake first. Check out that little LFR sign there in the middle. Lonnie Fox Raymond's YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that also.
Did she just recently come out with this logo? Very cute.
Yeah, LFR's logo has been around for about a year. All right, Rachel has a clear shot at the 1 to the top right. 2 balls waiting for her there on the left. All right, 2 ball into the corner. She's going to come across the table. She wants to be about, maybe a little further than she wanted to be. She wanted to be just past half yard line there. You can see her kind of smirk at the ball. It's going to be a little tougher for her to pull back. So we'll see if she's going to punch this ball off the bottom rail.
Oof.
Yeah.
No love there for that shot. You think she's going to take to the air?
She
gonna-
could. Yeah, this could be a steep angle for Rachel, though, because of the height and the distance away from the 6 ball. Yeah, she's going to kick instead. All right, ball in hand for Lonnie. That 9 ball helped Rachel a little bit. It just settled in front of the 5 going into the bottom pocket. So Lonnie's going to have to play position onto the 5 versus just being able to make the 4 in the side pocket and play the 5. Nice shot there by the Fox to get herself underneath the 9 ball. Natural angle for the cue will come out for the 6.
That was really good cue ball control there.
All right, 6 ball waiting in the corner. I'm going to see Lonnie just draw the ball probably back about a foot. Be a little further than a foot, but got herself the good angle on the 8.
Yeah, this is very natural. Just needs to like use the rail. The rail is her friend.
All right, Lonnie's going to look to tie it up here 4-4 any second. All right, we got 4-4 on the score.
All right, matches are finishing up right now. We have Tracy Hardy on the hill, 6-4 against Veronique Menard. 4-4 Kendra Prestegard versus Rachel Lang. Casey Cork down 4-5 against Bethany Sykes. Christine Norris 6-3 over Emily Duddy. Kim Hernandez Pierce 4-4 against Jay Suko. Lisa Cassette 5-3 versus Karen Lincoln. And Tracy Cantrell 5-2 over Natalie Shabbat. I need to step away from the 5 minutes, so Frank, you can take it over while I go
got
away.
it. All right, rack number 9. Rachel's breaking from the left side of the table, so she's looking to make the 1 into the right side. 8 ball going into the corner. Misses the 8 going into the corner. 7 ball drops. Ball up into the top pocket. This is a nice looking rack right here for Rachel. 1 and the 2 are waiting. She gets on to the 5. This could be a break and run out rack for her. All right, good use of the left side rail, so she'll play the 2 into the corner. Letting the cue ball come 1 rail off the left. She kind of would ideally want to be right where she's at now, maybe a little closer to the 5, but on that angle. Cue ball goes to the bottom left, so she might look to draw the cue to the right side rail, playing this 5 and the 6 in the same pocket. That's just a good natural angle on the 6, playing the 6 into the bottom left. She could go forward with a high right, bringing the cue ball off the bottom rail, trying to shoot the gap in there between the 9 and the 7. Good flow and speed here by Rachel, having the 7 into the bottom corner. There's 2 trains of thought on this shot. She can just kind of play just a slight roll forward, maybe about 2 or 3 inches with the cue ball, and then playing the little bit of a steeper angle on the 8, or she could roll the cue towards the bottom rail, getting closer to the rail, then playing the 8 and coming off the right side rail for the 9. So with her using her extension, I would think she's going to move forward a little bit. Yeah, so she's going to use the right side rail. So I look for her to thin this 8-ball right side rail coming back over to the left side, playing a 9 in the same pocket. The great Papa George is in the chat. All right, Rachel going to play the 9 to the corner. That's a nice answer back rack after Lonnie won the last rack. It's going to be 5-4 Rachel.
And I'm back. We have a lot of close matches going on around the room. 6-4. Tracy Hardy versus Veronique Menard. Kendra pressed the guard 5-4 against Rachel Lang. We also have Casey Cork down 4-5, Bethany Sykes. Christy Norris on the hill, 6-4 against Emily Duddy. Jay Suko 5-4 against Kim Hernandez Pierce. Lisa Cassette 5-3 over Karen Lincoln, and Tracy Cantrell 5-3 over Natalie Shabbat.
And we got a final in that Ashley squared match. Ashley Benoit has won that match 7-5. That puts her into the next round and puts Ashley Rice onto the B side. She'll get I believe the winner. I'll tell you here in a second. Ashley Rice will match up against Janet Atwell. That's going to be a great matchup. All right, to Fox the break here. Let's see if she made an adjustment off that last break. All right, dry break for Lonnie. We're going to 7 in this matchup. Rachel's up by 1. We got Kevin Steer from Integrity Cues in the chat. That's Rachel's sponsor. If you have not checked out Integrity Cues, check out their website. Fantastic buys on cues, accessories, cases. You need it. Kevin Steer, been in the business for 30 years. One of my best friends. Definitely want to go check him out. All right, Lonnie can come 2 rails here. She can right side rail, bottom rail. She wants to hit right in between the first and second diamond. Makes a good connection on the shot. It's going to leave Rachel, though, a clear shot with the 9 into the corner. 2 balls in a little bit of a tougher position here, so you might see her punch this ball off the rail. All right, she punches it back out. Now she's got an angle going away from the 2, so if she wants to play the 3 into the bottom right pocket, she's going to have to use a lot of inside English. If she wants to play a different shot, then she'll play the 2 ball soft. Maybe slight outside English, trying to make the cue ball run into the 9. Just misses, clipping the 9.
That was a lot to do there, considering you have that wall of balls.
Yeah, she was asking a lot of the cue there. She might cross over the 3 ball, sending the 3 back up top table, and letting the cue ball come onto the bottom rail. A little bit of an angle instead of coming in clear straight across the ball. I'll give the Fox a chance here with the 3 in the top right corner.
Looks like she's got to jump it. She can't see this 3 ball.
Hey, maybe right. I was deceived there a little bit. It looked like from the angle, my vantage point here, it looks like she had a shot on the 3. She's going airborne now. Remember on the jump shot, angle in, angle out.
What a shot. Wow. Jump bank? Craziness.
Yeah, she got the 4 in the side pocket now. And let the cue ball float down for the 5 in the opposite side pocket. All right, she's in a good position here. Now, these shots are those kind of tweener shots. Do you play the 5 with a little bit of a soft spin and just let the cue roll up a little bit? Or do you go with the grain, letting the cue go up to the top rail and coming back down?
Like to go top rail and come back down.
Yeah, I prefer the top rail also. This way I can let my stroke out and just feel a little bit more, of a nice backhand versus like a half stroke.
Less chance of decelerating too.
Absolutely, yeah. Good pull by Lonnie. Just landed in an unfortunate spot where she's going to have to play over top of the 8 ball.
I mean, the shot is pretty straight in, so she just needs to she doesn't need to do too much. And then she might have to accept the steeper angle on this 8 ball. I was checking to see if this 8 ball goes by this 9. It does not look like it from the side view.
Now she's just going to have to take her medicine on this shot. Just make the 7 and just play the tough shot on the 8. Yeah, height's going to come into play here. Careful of that pocket, Lonnie. And she couldn't get away with it. I like her attempt there, trying to cross over the 7, put the 7 up to the top rail, but now Rachel can play the 7 to the top right, and this becomes more of a speed shot now. She does play good speed on the ball. She got the 8 to the corner. I like going with this shot, playing the 8 to the corner, letting the cue ball come across 2 rails, right side rail, off the left side rail, back out. And Rachel's going to get there. That's going to put her on the hill if she pockets this 9 ball successfully. All right, we have 6-4 on the score. Got a couple of matches from around the around the tournament here. Tracy Hardy 6-5 over Veronique Menard. Kendra Prestegard 6-4 over Rachel Lang. Amy Thoreau, Nicole Keeney tied up 0-0 just starting. Bethany Sykes up 6-4 over Casey Cork. Christy Norris 6-4 over Emily Duddy. Jay Suko 5-4 over Kim Hernandez Pierce. Lisa Cosette 5-4 over Karen Lincoln. And Tracy Cantrell up 5-4 over Natalie Shavat. We got 6-4 here on the score. Rachel Walters breaking on the hill. Remember, Rachel can win the match on a golden, but the golden has to count on the top 4 pockets, not on the bottom 2. Art Langston, Ashley Benoit won that matchup of the Ashleys with a score of 7-5.
Looks like Rachel's breaking pretty sporty over here. Made a ball. Things are pretty spread open.
Yeah, 1-2 is going to be the tough shot here. Cue ball is going to be going away from the 1. As long as she stays on that left side of the 5, she should be all right. All right, so she shoots the gap, comes in between the 2 balls. From this vantage, it does look like the 4 ball goes. Or 2 ball, whatever that is. All right, out to the 4 ball. If she gets onto the 5, this might be it for the matchup.
You think it's curtains?
Yeah, if she gets on the 5, it could be, yeah. Yeah, they're all there waiting for it now. 5 in the side pocket, 6 in the corner, 7, 8 or 8 down at the bottom end. All right, Rachel just gives herself a nice, good angle on the 7. She'll play the 7 into the corner pocket speed. She wants to be about 8 to 12 inches off the bottom rail playing that 8 ball. All right, got a couple options here. Rachel can just play 2 rails, left side rail, back out to the right side rail, playing the 9 in the same pocket. She could also just stun the ball off the left side rail, up table, playing the 9 in the bottom right. Gets to be about 50-yard line. She's going to have the spot shot. So she's on the left side of the 9, or our left side, her right side. So we'll see her playing this 9 ball down to the bottom right corner, trying to take the match. All right, Rachel Walters completes this matchup. She's going to defeat Lonnie Fox Raymond with a score of 7-4. Fear not, though, Lonnie is still in the tournament. That'll put her on to the B side. And Lonnie's next opponent would be, I'll tell you here in 1 second. Lonnie goes to match 103. She'll be playing Giovanna Napolitano from New York. And that'll put Rachel into the next round. And her opponent will be Caroline Powell from New York. So we've got some monster matchups coming up soon. Guys, stay tuned. We have some great matches coming up here at 2 p.m. We're going to have the B-side matchups, which will be a couple of your favorites here in the B-side. And then at 4 o'clock, they move back over to the A-side. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Frank Miletti. Ada Leo is here also commentating. I'm sure Lonnie will be back in a few minutes.
Yes, thank you everyone for joining and watching. We'll be stopping the stream and restarting it. Stay tuned. We have a little over 10 minutes before the next one starts. So keep supporting us.
Thanks for letting me commentate with you, Ada.
Thank
Much
you. Maybe
appreciated.
we could commentate again later. We'll see.
Absolutely. I'll be around. Just let me know.
All right.
Thanks, everybody in the chat.
Thank you,
Talk to all
everyone.
soon.
All right. Bye-bye.